All right. Good morning. It is a Wednesday morning, a little after 8 a.m. My time. Who knows what time, wherever in the world you may be, what the time is in your neck of the woods, so to speak. Today, I decided to take a few moments to appreciate quotes that I found on living a life you want to remember and be remembered for. I lost someone recently, one of my best friends, and I one of the most impressive things I found about the whole situation was how he was remembered, and that got me thinking about what kind of life are we living and how are we going to be remembered. This quote, rather, this article or collection of quotes is on quotecatalog.com. I'm going to share the link right now in the comments section. And it's by Katie Mather. Says 16 quotes that'll motivate you to live a life you want to remember. Says live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. That's how it starts. The quotes are as follows. Quote number one is by Bernard Baruch. Says, be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. So who do you have in your life? And are they the type of person who is supportive of you, or is just someone who is looking to nitpick whatever you say, whatever you do, your actions, your words, your thoughts, and make you feel lesser of yourself, or make you feel less of yourself as a lesser you. So be who you are and say what you feel. That's the main gist of this, right? Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter. Those who matter don't mind. Bernard M. Baruch. Number two, William W. Perky. And this one I've heard before. I didn't know this was the person it was attributed to, at least in this particular article. It is. It says, you've got to dance like there's nobody watching. Love like you'll never be hurt. Sing like there's nobody listening. And live like it's heaven on earth. And that's basically going back to number one, be who you are, say what you feel. It's almost like do what you want to do, obviously without bringing any hurt to anyone else. And this is regarding who you are and how you feel and how you express who you are. This is about living your life, a life to remember, that you want to remember, and a life you want to be remembered for. You've got to dance like there's nobody watching, love like you'll never be hurt, sing like there's nobody listening, and live like it's heaven on earth. That second one, love like you'll never be hurt, is very difficult for someone who's been in a relationship and they have been hurt. Proceeding to accept another relationship wholeheartedly is almost impossible, because there's always that reservation, that part of your heart that doesn't want to be hurt, especially if it was a deep hurt, right? So that quote was from William W. Perky. The next one is Mae West, and a lot of these you may have heard before, right? But we're putting them together. They're put together in this article as a whole, right? So number three is Mae West. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. How many times have you, unfortunately, um, heard of lives or of people passing and they made no impact? You probably don't remember any because they made no impact and there was no reason for you to hear about them. What you do hear is people who have made an impact. And I'm not talking about celebrities and, oh, he was on this show or she was on this reality show. No, I'm talking about people making an impact. And that's a beautiful thing. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Mae West. Mahatma Gandhi, be the change that you wish to see in the world. That has been, I don't know if he was the first one who said it, but that has been repeated many, many times in many, many iterations, and little variations in the same thought. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. What is wrong in the world? And I'm not talking about something. It doesn't have to be something massive, right? Like Gandhi took on. It could be something small. What is wrong in your life? And it doesn't have to be something huge in your life. It could be something small. I'm not comfortable speaking in front of people. Okay, so be the change that you wish to see in the world. If you want to be the type of person that is comfortable speaking to a camera, speaking to a crowd, speaking on a microphone, take steps to make it happen. There's books, there's workshops, there's audio lessons, there's coaches. Be the change that you wish to see in the world, no matter what that is in your world. Mahatma Gandhi. Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. This is a very much a double-edged quote, because and I was thinking about this recently, how we tend to forget. We like to look at our lives in the positives that we do, and we tend to forget that some of us, not all of us, some of us are the villains in someone else's story. We've made somebody feel lesser. We've hurt someone. We've took someone for granted. We took active steps to make something go wrong for somebody else, a promotion, whatever it is. We are the villain in somebody else's story, some of us, right? So when I read people will never forget how you made them feel, that also comes to mind. I understand when we make people feel special, and when we make people feel loved and appreciated, and that we know their value and that we care about them. People will never forget how you made them feel like that. But there's also the people that you hurt. So what steps are you going to do about that? That's a whole other like tangent, right? But this is a great quote. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou. Another one from Mahatma Gandhi. Live as live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. That quote at the very beginning of this article that had no attribution, right? It wasn't attributed to anybody. It was just listed there is Mahatma Gandhi. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. What are you not saying to somebody? Does somebody you care about not know that you care about them? Does somebody you love not know that you love them? Have you wronged somebody and you want to apologize, but you've never done it? What if you were to die tomorrow? Right? Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Now, what's a point? What's a point of learning? Because I'm already in my 20s. I'm already in my 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. We're seeing those lives reaching into the triple digits, right? Not many, but we are. And some are still learning, decided to learn another language, decided to learn how to play an instrument, decided to learn a new hobby, a new skill, a new craft. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Mahatma Gandhi. Oscar Wilde. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist. That is all. And it goes back to that, like William Wallace, right? All men die, not all men truly live. I'm probably misquoting that. But that's the gist of it, right? Are you just existing? That is all. Or are you living? And I love seeing things. And sometimes I'm a little jealous, right? There's a young lady that I met when I was in radio who would take so many trips around to different locations in the world because that's what she wanted to do. She would save her money specifically for that. And I was like, I want to go. And I just never did, never do. Maybe I will. At the moment, we do some traveling, but man, some of these places that she went to, I was like, wow. So are you living? And what is living to you? Are you living by sharing your gifts with the world? Are you living by sharing your empathy with the world, your love with the world? Are you living? To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist. That is all. Oscar Wilde. Great, great quote. This one's a long one. It says Rob Sultanen. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Great quote. Rob Sultanen. I'll only read that one once, so you can go back and click on the link that's in the comments section and check out these quotes for yourself. But that was a really good one. Ralph Waldo Emerson had some great quotes from him. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Are you being pigeonholed into something? Are you being told that this is who you're going to be, what you're going to be, because you were born of this gender, because you were born in this economic situation, because you were born in a family that has a history, because you were born in a geographic area specifically? What is it, or what is the world trying to make you become that isn't you? To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Wonderful. Excellent quote. H. Jackson Brown Jr. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. Another one. Excellent. This is a great collection of quotes by Katie Mather. It's a great collection of quotes. The ability to look back that comes with age. And once you have, and I like to think, and not to be exclusionary in any way, but I like to think that after you're 15, or in that 15, 20, between there, 20 years beyond that, that gives you that perspective of seeing yourself in what you did and your choices, and then going back, man, I should have, I could have, I would have, and those are the regrets you're talking about. 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. Regret. Throw off the bowlines. Sail away from the safe harbor. What decisions are you afraid of? What endeavors are you avoiding because you want to stay in the safe harbor? Too many people deal with that, right? Me included. I just recently had a friend of mine in radio, Monica, awesome, when my kind of a protege, she probably doesn't think that, but I do. And she went and got a job in Pennsylvania in radio. A lot of the people that I did radio with never left Laredo. A lot of us never threw off the bowlines, never sailed away from the safe harbor. Why? Because we were successful here, we enjoyed it, and that was it. We didn't see beyond. Explore, dream, discover. H. Jackson Brown Jr. Great stuff. Andre Gide, Gide. It is better to be hated for what you are than to be loved what you are not. Loved for being something you are not. How about that? Oh, but they like me. Yeah, but do they like you for who you are? Or just because you are what you think they want you to be? And are you stretching yourself so thin because you're trying to be something for everyone? You know, I want to be this for them. I want to be this for them. They think I'm this. But who are you truly? It is better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for what you are not. Andre Gide, Gide, Albert Einstein. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. So, how do you see your life? Now you're talking about perspectives. How do you see life? Do you appreciate the miracle, the majesty of life? Just life. Like me, I love nature, right? I love going to nature. I love hiking, things like that. That's very much me. And I appreciate the life, the earth life that is. And even in like West Texas, where it's mainly scrub and rocks and heat, snakes, and spiders, right? I love it and appreciate it. The stars in the sky, the beauty of a newborn child. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Albert Einstein. Great quotes that'll motivate you to live a life you want to remember and to be remembered for. This is another long one, so I'm only going to read it once. But the link to the article that all these quotes are in is in the comments section. So there's that. This one's from Marilyn Monroe. This life is what you make it. No matter what, you're going to mess up sometimes. It's a universal truth. But the good part is you get to decide how you're going to mess it up. Girls will be your friends. They'll act like it anyway. That's what it says. But just remember, some come, some go. The ones that stay with you through everything, they are your true best friends. Don't let go of them. Also remember, sisters make the best friends in the world. As for lovers, well, they come and go too. And baby, I hate to say it, most of them, actually pretty much all of them, are going to break your heart. But you can't give up. Because if you give up, you'll never find your soulmate. You'll never find that half who makes you whole and that goes for everything. And that goes for everything. Just because you fail once doesn't mean you're going to fail at everything. Keep trying. Hold on. And always, always, always believe in yourself. Because if you don't, then who will, sweetie? So keep your head high. Keep your chin up. And most importantly, keep smiling. Because life is a beautiful thing. And there's so much to smile about. That was really nice. Marilyn Monroe. A lot of insight on that one. Quotes on the link in the comments section. Charles Bukowski. Some people never go crazy. What truly horrible lives they must lead. It's almost like some people never let loose. That's almost how I read that one. Some people never just, break free of the shackles of responsibility and expectation and preconceptions people have of them. Some people never go crazy. What truly horrible lives they must lead. Charles Bukowski. That's funny. Let me drink some water. Apologize. Next one's kind of long as well. Bessie Anderson Stanley. He has achieved success who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much, who has enjoyed the trust of pure women, the respect of intelligent men, and the love of little children, who has filled his niche and accomplished his task, who has never lacked appreciation of earth's beauty or failed to express it, who has left the world better than he found it, whether an improved poppy, a perfect poem, or a rescued soul, who has always looked for the best in others and given them the best he had, whose life was an inspiration, whose memory a benediction. That's a little deep. That's a little deeper than the average quote you see on a meme square, right? But that's a very, very good one. Again, Bessie Anderson Stanley, and it's on the 16 quotes that we're sharing today. The link is in the comments section. The last one is also a little bit long, but it is the last one, by Marianne Williamson. It says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I love that quote. That is a phenomenal quote. Love it, love it, love it. Marianne Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. I could read that all day, every day. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. 16 quotes that will motivate you to live a life you want to remember and be remembered for, I added. I hope you enjoyed today's collection of quotes that Katie Mather put together on quotecatalog.com. I really did. And I hope you share this with somebody who needs to hear this type of content, this positive type of content, to make a difference in their world, make a difference in their day. Because if we can make a difference in a moment in someone's day, we can change a portion of their day. And eventually we'll change their day. And then we'll change their week and their month and their life. Just as we touch one person, we can change a friendship. We can change a family. We can change a group and a community in our city, our state, our world. But we got to do our part. We got to do our part to share this type of content and encourage and care and be empathetic and love. People leave us. I lost someone who I cared very, very much about. But do the people that are in your life right now who have not left yet know that you care about them, know that you love them, and let them know by sharing this type of stuff with them, this type of content that is beneficial to them, arguably very beneficial. I have a lot of these videos, the majority of them focused on bettering ourselves and bettering our situation in our life. On my YouTube page, you can do a search for AlgMan1, ALGMAN, and the number 1. I'm going to put the link to the channel also in the comments section. And stop by, subscribe to the page. It helps me, helps disseminate this type of content into the world, and we can make a difference. Remember, knowledge is power, imagination is king, and intelligence your weapon. Read a good book today, enrich your mind, and above all, take action. Have yourself a wonderful Wednesday. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the week. I hope to be back on Friday. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. But I hope to be back on Friday. And hopefully with something just as good, if not better. Maybe not. But we always strive to do something that's beneficial. So until next time, we'll be talking.